The United States, with its sprawling landscape and bustling cities, is home to a staggering 334 million people. But the way this vast population is distributed across the nation is far from even. While certain urban centers teem with millions, other regions remain sparsely populated. In fact, more people reside in New York City alone than in the 9 least populated states combined. Today, we're diving into this demographic puzzle, exploring the 9 most populous states in the U.S., states that account for over half of the nation's population, while occupying just 21% of its landmass. Get ready to uncover the historical forces and economic engines that have shaped these population powerhouses. And be sure to stick around. We're aiming for 5,000 likes to unlock a special video ranking all 50 states, from least to most desirable. At number 9, we have North Carolina, a state known for its strong economy, temperate climate, and affordable living. This combination makes it a popular destination for those seeking a new home in the U.S. Historically, North Carolina has consistently ranked among the top 15 most populous states, never falling below that mark in any census. Unlike many northern states, North Carolina has resisted rapid urbanization. While cities on the East Coast grew quickly in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, North Carolina remained primarily rural, with most residents in small towns and farming communities. This development pattern is partly due to the state's diverse terrain, which favored smaller subsistence farms rather than large plantations. Today, North Carolina has a population of 10.7 million, with Charlotte as its largest city, ranking 23rd among U.S. metros. The state's population distribution is balanced, thanks in part to the industrialization of many mid-sized cities over the past 70 years, creating diverse job opportunities that attract residents from rural areas. Now we turn our attention to Georgia, a state with similarities to North Carolina in population and land area, but whose development took a distinct path. Established in 1733 as a military buffer for the southern colonies against Spanish Florida, Georgia initially had a sparse population, overshadowed by smaller colonies like Rhode Island. The mid-18th century brought significant change with the introduction of slavery, which transformed Georgia's demographic landscape. Its fertile soil and favorable climate were perfect for cash crops like cotton, indigo, and rice, leading to the rise of large plantations. By the eve of the Civil War, Georgia's population exceeded 1 million, with nearly half being enslaved Africans. The abolition of slavery in 1865 challenged Georgia's agrarian economy, but the Reconstruction era brought new opportunities through railroads. Atlanta, a small town devastated during the Civil War, became the state capital and a vital transportation hub due to its strategic location. Today, Atlanta boasts a metropolitan population of 6.24 million, ranking as the 8th largest metro area in the U.S. Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, is the busiest in the world. Atlanta's pivotal role in the civil rights movement and the economic boost from the 1996 Summer Olympics have further propelled its growth. As we explore America's demographic landscape, we uncover the diverse forces shaping population distribution, from economic opportunities to historical legacies. Join us in discovering the stories behind these populous states and the factors that have shaped modern America. Ohio, often called the heart of America, exemplifies the country's urban-rural balance, with 77% of its population living in cities. Rather than a single dominant metropolis, Ohio features a decentralized urban landscape with 55 distinct metropolitan areas, each home to over 1 million residents. Notably, Columbus, Cleveland, and Cincinnati have populations around 2.2 million, highlighting the state's evenly distributed urban centers. While no Ohio city ranks among the top 30 largest metro areas in the U.S., Cincinnati and Cleveland have rich histories as economic powerhouses. Cincinnati's strategic location along the Ohio River made it a key hub for commerce, connecting goods from Pittsburgh to the Mississippi River. The early 19th century canal developments reinforced Cincinnati's role in transportation, leading to a booming meatpacking industry, and by 1850, it earned the nickname Porkopolis. Cleveland gained prominence during the Industrial Revolution, becoming a manufacturing powerhouse during the Civil War and later earning the title of the oil capital of the U.S. Its economy diversified with the rise of automobile and airplane manufacturing, making it the fifth largest U.S. city by 1920. Despite the decline of heavy industries in the mid-20th century, which affected the Rust Belt, Ohio's legacy as a populous state endures. With a current population of 11.76 million, Ohio remains a testament to its historical urban development, diverse economy, and continued appeal as a place to live and work. Journey with us to Illinois, a state characterized by vast flat farmlands that might seem dull to some. However, Illinois is anything but boring when it comes to its population, which stands at 1258 million, making it the sixth most populous state in the U.S. The secret to this paradox? Chicago. Chicago is the vibrant heart of Illinois, with a metropolitan population of 9.27 million, making it the third largest city in the U.S. This city accounts for an astounding 75% of Illinois' total population, highlighting how reliant the state is on a single urban center. Chicago's rise to prominence is a story of strategic location and entrepreneurial spirit. Nestled on the southwestern edge of Lake Michigan, the city became a key transportation hub, linking the Great Lakes with the Mississippi River. The completion of the Illinois and Michigan Canal in 1848 transformed Chicago into a vital corridor for trade between the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico. In the 1850s, Chicago earned the title of the nation's railroad capital, leading to booming industries like meatpacking, lumber, and steel production. This growth attracted workers nationwide, solidifying Chicago's status as the second most populous U.S. city by 1890. Though Chicago reached its peak population in the 1960s and has seen some decline in recent decades, its impact on Illinois remains significant. Today, the city is a global hub for finance, commerce, and culture, continuing to shape the identity of the state. Our exploration of population giants brings us to Pennsylvania, a state defined by a unique duality. Covering just 46,000 square miles, it ranks as the 33rd largest state by land area, significantly smaller than Wyoming. Yet it boasts a population of 12.97 million, 22 times that of Wyoming. This remarkable density reflects Pennsylvania's rich history and pivotal role in the nation's industrial development. Pennsylvania's narrative can be seen through two cities, Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Philadelphia, the most populous city, embodies the state's East Coast heritage. Founded in 1682 by William Penn as a refuge for religious tolerance, it played a crucial role in U.S. history, hosting the Continental Congresses, the drafting of the Declaration of Independence, and the framing of the Constitution. It even served as the nation's capital until 1800, benefiting from its central location and thriving port. In the 19th century, Philadelphia thrived during the Industrial Revolution, particularly in textile manufacturing, fueling rapid population growth and keeping the city as the second largest metropolitan area in the U.S. until the early 20th century. Today, Philadelphia remains vibrant and diverse, home to 6.24 million residents and continuing its legacy as a hub of commerce, culture, and innovation. When thinking of America, New York City often comes to mind with its iconic skyscrapers, bustling streets, and famous landmarks. As the heart of New York State, NYC consistently ranks among the most populous regions in the nation. Its history as a population center dates back centuries, rooted in its deep water harbor and vital waterways that paved the way for its growth. From the early days of European colonization, New York City's natural harbor made it a prime location for trade. Ships carrying goods from across the Atlantic docked at its wharves, establishing the city as a gateway to the New World. The Hudson River served as a vital trade route, connecting the city to the continent's interior. The construction of the Erie Canal in the early 19th century linked the Atlantic Ocean to the Great Lakes, solidifying NYC's status as a major transportation hub. By the 1820s, New York City had become the nation's largest port and a center of trade. Effective governance and a focus on industrial development transformed the city into an economic powerhouse, attracting immigrants and fueling a population explosion from 131,000 residents in 1820 to 7.8 million by 1920, making it the world's largest city at the time. Today, New York City's metropolitan area, which extends into parts of New Jersey and Connecticut, is home to over 19.56 million people, nearly matching the entire population of New York State, which stands at $1968 million. While upstate New York has faced economic challenges, the state's overall population remains robust, maintaining a significant lead over its closest competitor, Pennsylvania. While New York City is the centerpiece of the state's demographic landscape, New York also boasts a network of historic cities that contribute to its population strength. Albany, the state capital located along the Hudson River, has been a vital center for government and commerce for centuries. Rochester, known for its pioneering work in photography and optics, has a thriving technology sector that keeps its economy vibrant. Buffalo, once a key player in grain transportation and steel production, is undergoing a revitalization driven by investments in healthcare, education, and tourism. Each of these cities, with metropolitan populations exceeding 900,000, adds a unique chapter to New York's demographic narrative. Though they don't rank among the top 4 most populous states, New Jersey and Massachusetts deserve honorable mentions for their remarkable population densities, especially considering their relatively small sizes. Collectively occupying about 15,000 square miles, roughly 1/10 the size of Montana, these two states have a combined population that far surpasses many larger states. Massachusetts, synonymous with American history and intellectual prowess, boasts a population of 6.98 million residents. Its capital and largest city, Boston, is home to prestigious universities and a flourishing technology sector, contributing to a rich cultural scene that accounts for 70% of the state's population. Boston's economic strength has deep roots dating back to the colonial era, making it a cornerstone of the state's identity. New Jersey, the most densely populated state in the U.S., lacks a single dominant metropolis. Instead, its proximity to both New York City and Philadelphia has led to the emergence of a network of suburbs and satellite cities, each contributing to the state's impressive population density. Jersey City, known for its stunning views of the Manhattan skyline and a vibrant arts and culture scene, holds the title of the most densely populated city outside of New York City. With a population of 2.17 million residents, Jersey City, alongside its surrounding suburbs, exemplifies the unique population dynamics of a state shaped by its proximity to 2 of America's largest urban centers. Heading south, we encounter Florida, a state that has experienced a dramatic population surge in recent decades, surpassing New York in 2014 to become the 3rd most populous state in the nation. Florida's journey to becoming a population giant is a tale of transformation fueled by technological innovation, economic opportunity, and demographic shifts. For much of its history, Florida remained sparsely populated. Its oppressive heat, stifling humidity, and vast swamplands made it a challenging environment for early settlers. Before the 1940s, Florida was often viewed as a less desirable destination, with its harsh climate and prevalence of mosquitoes deterring many. However, the Great Freeze of 1894 to 1895, a devastating cold snap that decimated crops across much of the nation, highlighted Florida's potential as an agricultural hub. Miami, spared from the freeze, emerged as a crucial source of produce, prompting the construction of the state's first railroad to the city in 1896. Despite this development, Florida's population remained relatively low until the post-World War II era. The advent of affordable air conditioning transformed the state's fortunes, making its year-round warmth, inviting beaches, and relatively low cost of living major draws for retirees, tourists, and opportunity seekers from across the nation. The rise of air travel further boosted Florida's appeal, solidifying its position as a premier destination for beach vacations and family getaways. The opening of Disney World in 1971 catapulted Florida into the spotlight, transforming it into the most visited state in the nation and fueling a construction boom that created hundreds of thousands of jobs. As people flocked to Florida's sunny shores, its population swelled, growing from a mere 1.9 million residents in 1940 to 9.7 million in 1980. and reaching a staggering 22.24 million today. This remarkable growth story showcases Florida's evolution from a sparsely populated region into a vibrant, diverse state that attracts millions from around the globe. Our exploration of population giants culminates in Texas, the Lone Star State, known for its vast prairies and rich history. Until Alaska's admission in 1959, Texas was the largest state, covering around 268,000 square miles. Following its annexation in 1845 and the first railroads in the 1850s, Texas attracted ranchers and farmers, evolving into the nation's cattle capital. By 1900, Texas had risen from the 7th least populated state to the 6th most populated. The discovery of oil in 1901 transformed Texas's economy, boosting cities like Houston into energy hubs. This oil boom spurred growth in Dallas, San Antonio, and Austin, diversifying into technology, finance, and healthcare. Texas's mild climate and affordable living further fueled its population surge. While many states faced economic challenges in the 1970s and 1980s, Texas thrived, becoming the third most populous state in 1980 and the second by 2000. Today, Texas has a population of 30.03 million and is projected to become the most populous state in the U.S. in the next 2 decades, embodying its motto, "Everything is bigger in Texas." California's unique blend of natural beauty, economic opportunity, and cultural diversity continues to attract people from across the globe, making it a land of dreams and a symbol of America's dynamism. Its population growth shows no signs of slowing, and its influence on the nation's culture, economy, and politics is undeniable. As our exploration of America's population giants comes to a close, we're left with a deeper understanding of the complex interplay of factors that shape the nation's demographic landscape. From historical events to economic booms, from geographical advantages to the allure of opportunity, each state's story is a testament to the diverse forces that have shaped the U.S. into the vibrant and dynamic nation we know today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to help us bring you more captivating explorations of American culture, history, and demographics. And be sure to let us know which state on our list you'd most like to call home.